let's start with the practical where we will learn how to use Smart PLS. Okay. Now, let me just put this chat box aside and focusing on only this thing. This is basically your Smart PLS. If you open it, you will see the similar workspace. So this is called Smart PLS. Okay, and I hope so everybody have already installed 1 month trial version, so we can use a professional version for 1 month for free. That is uh, option available, and I hope so those who are dealing with their final year project, they can finish their data analysis within 1 month. There is no problem with that. Okay, so you can use this for free. Okay, let's start. There are a few things which we need to understand about this uh, Smart PLS. So here you can see that this is called a button to generate new project or to create new project. Okay, so let me just share with you. When you click on this, you will see the name. So you can add any name here just to start your workspace. So let's say this is final year project or PSM. So I just give it a name of final year project. Now you can see that this project is here. If I double click here, you can see two different options. This is one is model and the second one is basically your workspace. So can you follow these steps? Okay. Okay, if you see it here, let me just share with you. This is the new project. Okay, so you have to just click here, new project, and you will see this option. And I included this one. Okay, so here you can see your project. Okay, all those projects are here. This is the one I just created here. Okay, so I give it a name of FYP. Now you can see there are two things. The first thing is you can import data by double clicking, and this is your research model. Okay, so this is your workspace for modeling. So there are two parts of this workspace. The one is data, and the second one is your model. Okay, so what we can do now, so we have to double click to import data. Remember, I already gave you one uh, data sheet. But remember, this data sheet is in CSV format. Okay, so make sure your data is in CSV format. And most of the time we use this CSV for many software. So this is CSV, comma, delimited. Okay, so you have to convert your Excel sheet into CSV file. So you can just go to save as option in the Excel sheet and convert your sheet to CSV. Okay, so I just import this file here, and now you can see this data tab is green now, and here all of my data. Okay, so you can see all data is being imported into the sheet. Okay, now you can see this tab is green. If this tab is not green, it means that there is any issue with data, you have to settle with that issues. Sometimes we face difficulties because we have missing values or we have additional columns. So you have to filter out data before you move to the next step. So once your data is being imported, it is easier for us to do rest of the work. Okay, clear? Now, again, if you see here, my data is imported and it shows that we have 353 records, means that there are 353 respondents in this sheet. Okay, and now I have to move back to my modeling space. Okay, so let's go to this modeling space, double click on this modeling space, and you can see that you have this option of. Okay, so you have this option of working space. Let me filter out the rest of the things which we opened before this. Okay, now you are left with this data sheet, this workspace, and on the left side, you can see these two options. The first one is this workspace, and the second one is indicators. Okay, remember these indicators are basically your questionnaire. Okay, so these are your questions which we ask from the participants, or this is the data. Okay, so you can see all your data is here. So when you collect data from Google Form, or I think the best way is to use Google Form or Microsoft Form, so you can directly extract your data in Excel sheet. If you are working on SPSS for any purposes, you can use that SPSS file and export it as a CSV, and then you can import here. It's very simple, okay? But remember, this work or this software is very user friendly and very easy. Okay, it's just like any graphical or picture editing software, so you can learn it very easily. There will be no problem in running that software. Obviously, there would be some difficulties in reporting the result, which I will help you in getting those difficulties sorted out. Okay, so now we are here, we have this project explorer and we have this data explorer. Okay, now what this data is all about. Okay, so this is a genuine data, one of my students PhD work. I'm really thankful to him. He allowed me to use his data, and not only allowed me to use his data but also share it with you, although I have not asked him. So if he is not feeling sorry for that, but this is a genuine collected data. That is why I want to show you, once the data is genuinely collected, there are very little issues in the data analysis. Most of the people, they are worried about their data analysis because they have not collected data in accurate manner, or they have not developed their questionnaire in a right way. Okay, if you feel difficulties, you have to go through all those steps. For example, pre-testing, pilot testing, and then you have to go with the final data collection. It will allow you to collect data accurately. Okay, now here I have data, and in this data we have a few points. This data is a very simple data. Let me show you the model. Let me just draw the model for you. Okay, so this data is basically, we have so digital marketing, and then we have ecotourism. Okay, so ecotourism is dependent. In the digital marketing, we have social media, we have blogging, we have I think SEO, search engine optimization, and then we have, I think, mobile app or something like this. But these all are directly related to ecotourism. Okay, so what is the claim of the researcher? That digital marketing will ensure that ecotourism is going to flourish. Mean that in simple way, digital marketing strategies help in doing ecotourism. Okay, so if we generate the awareness and if we do the proper marketing, the tourism and also the environmental protection can be managed. Okay, so this is the data set. Okay, clear? Very simple. I am not using all of its data, but a few points. Okay, so our dependent variable, if you can see here, dependent variable is ecotourism, and independent variable is social media, blogging, search engine optimization, and mobile. Okay, so these are your independent variables. Okay, now let's start how we can draw this model. Now, if you see this model, these are independent and ecotourism is dependent variable. Now let's bring first dependent variable. Here we have different indicators of ecotourism, but here this ETC is your ecotourism, for example, for instance here, to make things very easy for you. So ETC, we have 7 questions. So what we did, we asked 7 different questions. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So ecotourism, we measure it based on 7 questions. Okay. So how we draw this? We just click here. You can press shift button and then you select these 7. Okay. This is first method. Just click, press shift button, and down arrow you can select all. Okay. Or you can just drag and drop one by one. Okay, but first let's select these 7 and just drag and drop onto this workspace. Okay, you can see that my variable is already drawn. I don't have to draw it separately. I just drag and drop these 7 items and then my variable has been drawn on the portal, on the workspace. Okay, so is it clear? Can you try? If it is easy, if it is okay, any question or anyone is facing any difficulty in here? Okay, can you give me your feedback? Are you done with this step? Don't give me answer like my regular class today. It's clear. I know it is clear, and I will try to provide you the video later on also. But make sure you are following my steps if you have option to do it in parallel. Okay, it will give you a hands-on training. So make sure you are doing this, and if there is any difficulty, we can discuss on. Okay, so be practical today. Okay, let's move to the next point. So we have to give this latent variable name. Okay, if you see here, we have a latent variable and there's no name for this latent variable. So what you can do is just right click and you will see a few options there. Okay, so let's see these options first. What are these options? Let me give you a detail. So the first thing is delete. If you want to delete any item. The second, you can rename. Okay, and switch between reflective and formative. We have indicators, reflective and formative, but this is very basic level of data analysis. That's why don't worry about these indicators. But remember, we are using only reflective indicator in our work today. Okay, I will discuss formative in any other class and how they are being formed. Okay, so for now, you don't worry about this. So if you want to hide the indicator of selected construct, you can use this option. I will tell you when and how we can do the set indicator weighted automatic. Now this is where you can change the direction of your indicator. You can change the direction of your indicators. Okay, and then you can export the image and all these options are here. But I'm interested in the second option, which is rename for now. So rename, it will give you options. So we have eco tourism. Okay, and we just click OK. You can see that now this variable is being named as ecotourism. Here again, I have a question. As you know that I ask many questions which mostly unanswered, but today I need some answer. Okay, if I want to move these indicators, these questions to this side, to right side, what can I do? Quick question. Can you try? Can you try to move these indicators to other direction, to opposite direction? And if you are done, please write how you do that. Please try move this indicator to right side.
Okay, please, dear students, you are in the first step of the practical how to use this software. Follow step by step. If anyone not able to import the file, you have to talk with doctor. He will let you know how to import the file. Now he is asking you, after you do this step, how to make the direction of these indicators, and maybe left side or right side. Just do it now and show us.
Okay, now the question is this: how to drag the 7 respondent. Okay, remember these are not 7 respondent, these are 7 questions. Okay, respondents are 383. So in each question, the response of 383 is there. What you can do is you can just select, click here, one item, and then just click your shift, hold your shift key on the mobile or on your laptop or computer keyboard, and then select with down arrow the way we select anything. Okay, and then just click, like drag means that you have to click and hold the click and bring it to workspace. Okay, the way we drag anything on our computers. Okay, the way you will drag this. Okay, when I say drag, means that you click and hold your left click on mouse and drag it on the workspace. Okay, so just select all 7 and drag them into. Yes, we will provide you video link, no problem. That's why I asked Dr. Nabil if it is being recorded. Don't worry, even if it is not recorded, I will record it for you and send you the video link. Don't worry. Okay, so you have done with this point. Now it is very simple. I think most of you have already replied, so you can just write align indicator. Very simple, very easy, right? Now let's repeat it. This is ecotourism. This is our dependent variable. Let's go with the independent variable. Independent variables are blog, B-L-O-G. You can see blog in your data set. How many questions we have for? How many questions we have for blogging? These are the 5 questions. We mentioned them block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very right. So just drag them here. This is your blogging variable. Same again, rename it and name it blogging. Okay. So this is the blogging. Then we have search engine optimization, SEO. You can drag these 4 items here and rename them SEO. Okay. And you can bring it here. Okay, clear? So first blogging, second SEO, then we have mobile applications. Just drag and drop 5 items for mobile application. Right? It's easy, right? It's like just like working with graphics. So just continue. And then we have social media marketing. We have 10 indicators. So let's bring it here. Okay, I assume everybody is fine up till here and you can do your work without any problem, any issue, right? if there is any issue, you can ask me regarding the software, regarding data, anything you face any difficulty, you can ask me now. I'm just settling this, the position of this. Okay, so everybody is okay up till here? Any question? So if you are done with this point, please reply to me. Okay, good. Okay, now to give you one very important understanding, what we did now is called your measurement model. So what we did, we have developed the measurement model. Okay, so what we did, we bring these items with the latent construct. In the circular shape, we have latent constructs. Okay, and in the yellow, we have items. Items mean your questions. Okay, now if I ask you how many latent constructs we have in this model, can you give me the answer? How many latent constructs are there in this model? How many latent constructs are there in this model?
You can type in the chatting window.
Good. Good. I think you are following me now. It means that there are 5 latent constructs, okay? And each latent construct have multiple items, right? Multiple questions. Now this is our measurement model. Now if I take this measurement model as a whole, let's see. Now this is the measurement model, right? This is all latent construct with its items. If I want to draw the measurement, the structural model, I have to draw these because this is how this model looks like, okay? Because these all red independent variable, the 4 independent variable, blogging, SEO, mobile application, and social media, they basically influence the ecotourism. That is the theory behind this model, right? So I have to draw these arrows in order to develop my structural model. So structural model will be this one, right? So for now, because there is no arrow between these red constructs, or there is no arrow between latent constructs, that is why there is no structural model. If I want to draw a structural model, I have to put these arrows, right? This is how it works. So how we can do that? We have to click here. This one. If you can see on your top, you have this button connect. Okay. So click on this connect button, or alternatively, you can press Alt 3. Click on this button. Now you can see that my cursor has been changed. Now cursor is like an arrow. And when I bring it to this construct, you can see that the shape is changed. Okay, so what I need to do is one click on this variable and then one click on ecotourism. Now you can see one arrow is being added between blogging and ecotourism, right? This is, we are structuring our, or we are constructing our structural model, okay? Now the second is search engine optimization, from here up till here, second, third, and then fourth. Now you can see all, it becomes blue. All latent constructs becomes blue. It means that our structural model has been developed. Okay. So once your structural model has been developed, you can see all your latent constructs will turn blue. Now your latent constructs are blue and your items are yellow. Things are very clear. Red means it's not yet connected. Okay, the dangerous part. When it's blue, it means that it is okay. You can change, although you can change color, you can change any color if you want, but technically we are using this blue and yellow colors. Okay, but it depends on what type of output you want to take. Usually I take this white color most of the time. It looks good, but it depends on you how you want to present your work in your research article or in your thesis. You can change the color, but technically or by default, when we start this work, these latent constructs will be represented in red circle. Okay, but when they are connected and your structure model is correct, it will turn blue. Okay, so you can see that all items are yellow and all constructs are blue. If I ask you, can you take a picture of this? Can you take a picture of this and decide what are your structure or measurement models? Okay. Now, if I see in simple words, this is measurement model, right? And this one is structure. So this is measurement model and this is structural model. Okay, clear? So now you can see what I present in that presentation. You can see it very easily now. Basically, your measurement and structural model are being defined in the model space. Okay.